You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading the charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew. Sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Shaker Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nub. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still life of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with Coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live.
I'm talking about Shabaka'S going crazy. People going crazy in these motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing about a woman on the bed. Man made the car. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to kick us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water. Let the seven know me now. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man makes them happy because man makes them joy. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world.
Greetings, Black family. Greetings. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Shabaka'S Black Experience Enhanced. In conjunction with the Frontline Black News, I'm your host, co-executive producer, Shane Krumah. And Shabaka'S should be live on the air right now. And Lady Che is also here with us. Say hi to the people, Lady Che.
Okay, and then we have another caller here. Just press
Shabaka'S Black Experience
and
Enhanced,
we're
episode
some mics
25 of season 9.
Adult material
Season 9, episode 25, Shabaka'S Black Experience Enhanced. We'll be having an open mic discussion about unfolding events worldwide in regards to politics, trade deficits, race relations, and any other reasonable issues. This episode is for those that are 18 years of age or older. Please call in with your questions, comments, and concerns. Call number 516-418-5996. Press 1 and you'll be live on the air. And again, this is episode 25 of season 9. We are also looking for sponsors to keep this platform up. So donate to Cash App JLP 5280.
Yes, sir.
Main man,
and we're also simulcasting on StreamYard.
With Black Power Radio
trying
as
to
a
get it where y'all can hear it.
anchor man as well. I'm trying to learn a thing or two as I go.
Some direct connection
And
to
yeah,
the studio.
Sean P. Diddy, Combs, Brother Love. They indicted him on sex trafficking. I believe some RICO charges.
Yes, sir.
What else was it?
Sex trafficking.
Are you looking for an easy way to view and manage your mail and packages from anywhere?
Extortion, and also too, we got a caller here out of 520. I think I might know who that is. The last 3 is 320. Okay, your mic is unmuted as well too. Okay, first place, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, is this Sister Akshita?
Yes, greetings, Shabaka.
Okay, greetings, ma'am.
Brother Che, Lady Che, any other listener, caller, greetings. Hi, Heaven.
Greetings.
No, yes, ma'am, and we have Lightning with us. They're calling all the way from North Carolina off the East Coast, and we're coming to you here, ladies and gentlemen, from Sin City, Nevada, commonly referred to as Las Vegas. Okay, Black Lightning, we're going to let the sister go first. Okay, ma'am, how do you feel as a woman with Mr. Combs being charged for what he's charged with there in the great state of New York?
You talking about me, Shabaka?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. As far as Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, and the charges that have been brought against him.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe that they're valid. There's been a lot of uprising in communication about the injustice in the molestation and things of such nature happening to young boys during the uprising.
5996.
And how that was then it became a culture. And so I have been listening to Layla Will, and she has been talking about the case and situation dealing with Africa Bambaataa and how they're trying to exhibit him, and how I think it's Funk Flex is trying to recant his statement by saying that he was molested by Africa Bambaataa, and then he's now saying that that did not happen, and he wasn't going to go against the king of hip hop or whatever. And so he threw her under the bus, Layla. He threw her under the bus by saying that he was going to commit suicide and things of that nature because of what she did to him. And so she had to defend herself against those accusations, which were not true. Nonetheless, my point is, Layla Will, Jaguar Wright have been talking about the wrong that's taking place in the industry and calling out people who have taken part in it. And Sean Puffy Combs has been one of the leading players in all of this. So he's going to take the charges, or he's going to start calling out other people.
Okay, and I see we got Brother Che. What is that? You there, Brother Che? We got Black Lightning and we got Sister Akshita in. And tonight's top story, as you already know, is the situation unfolding in New York of Sean Puffy Combs being charged. Okay, it's a long indictment. Also, too, from what I understand, is that he's being held with no bail. Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it's not Brother Che. It's the other half.
Hey, Lady Che.
Hey.
Greetings, Lady Che. How you doing, sis?
Oh man, calling you so I can talk about Diddy for 2 seconds.
Yeah, that's the top story.
They talk about Diddy for 2 seconds. And like I shared that on Twitter space a little bit. Everything I came across, I was like, first of all, this is gonna be the trial of the century, and you can always find your girl to cover it on the RVA. I can't wait. I mean, like the fact that this was like, yeah, there's this video, and like who really needs $1,000 of fucking baby oil? There's a lot of loose booties going on around out the world, like. That's a lot of baby oil. But, you know, I'm just going to say, as a couple, you know, they take a long time to go through some baby oil, like months. Why you got 1,000 plus, plural, like 1,000 plus? You know, that's a lot of baby oil. Secondly, like, the fact charge with, like, it's like basically, they even lucky that the charges aren't as deep. He could be hit with a pimping pandering. He could be hit with a kidnapping charge. All sorts of things, confinement, all sorts of other charges they could get wrapped up in those other three. And the fact he tried to negotiate a bond, like he come up with, like, look, I put my house up, I got 48 million a year, whatever. I'm gonna sell my plane, whatever. You know, my mama, my sister, my baby mama can all co-sign my surety bond. Are you serious? That's not possible. You don't go over there with a bond idea in mind. Where does that happen? That never happened in jail lots of times. When they do bonded arrangements and they don't let you negotiate the bond. That's crazy. All right, on top.
Okay, well, the charges against him, Lady Che, are quite bizarre as well, too. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I'm asking the question is, did he get drunk with power? Did he have such an inflated ego that he thought that he was untouchable? Did he forget the fact that he was a black man in America? And when you get this type of power, that you become a threat. Also, too, with this individual violating these children, and that he's being hit with is well too. Yeah, see, now keep in mind is that I have very, very low regard for the Los Angeles Police Department because of the years that I've grown up there, where they will fabricate cases against you. And I see we got an unknown caller, and I think here's Sister Akshita is your main man. The one and only Sarge. Okay, let's bring him on board, and everybody's going to get a chance to talk, is because this is some very, very serious situations. Okay, now if this thing here decides to work, is that you, Sarge, unknown caller, with his hand up?
Hey, my buddy Shabaka'S. This is Brother Michael from Asia.
How you doing, Michael? I'm doing fine, sir. Yeah, appreciate you.
Yes. Because Joseph, and Joseph, because Joseph Gibson, he put a special program, 3 hours for me, and then he put it in the YouTube, and he called me that I am this, I am that, fabricate everything for me, and he wants to kick me out of the PTR. My friend.
Oh, really?
Because yeah, everybody knows that what he is. So, and then he has a righteousarmy.org, and he and their body, they want to kick my ass, but they can't. I promote love. I promote understanding. I promote non-political violence everywhere in the world, including United States of America. So because I promote peace, understanding, and that's why they're pissed on me. And you know, it's just to let you know.
Just do it. Where you at? His reach ain't that big. Like.
Okay, can you tell me what the other person said?
Okay.
Well, just to do it. Where are you located at? And his reach ain't that big.
What you say?
Now Joe Gibson talking all that shit in America. Come on now, he ain't gonna do nothing. I wouldn't even take it seriously. Yeah, anchor baby.
Okay, and also too, ladies and gentlemen, our chat room is open, okay, you know, for comments and what have you. And then on top of it is that you have acts that are wrong against statues, and then you have acts that are wrong within themselves. Now, if Mr. Combs did this, okay, then these are acts wrong within themselves, okay? And then on top of it as well, you know, as you know, when he was first charged in Los Angeles County, you know, he fled. He got on his private jet, you know what I mean? And then on top of that, then he came back, and I would imagine so that he had been indicted on such. So therefore, you know, he didn't want a warrant out for his arrest. But they got him. You know what I'm saying? They definitely got him. And then I'm seeing all over the net here, it is definitely the top story of today. Okay, our chat room is open for our hate mail. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back down the line. We're going to go to, yes, sir.
Can I say something? Hey, my friend, you know, do you remember one time you came to Daniel's show, Daniel St. John from Freedomizer, and you are very polite, you're very nice. You talked to Danielle. I had a show with her almost close to a year with her. They came and they screwed me up over there with her. And I want to tell, please, next time when Daniel has a show, please go there and say that who I am. I promote love and understanding between each others. I promote niceness. I promote not hate. I love. Love your neighbor. Love yourself. Love your country. And love world. I mean, think globally, act locally. I mean, I promote nice, good thing. I don't want my beloved country, United States, become like Beirut. I don't want that.
Right.
I don't want that.
Right.
But they came and screwed me up last week. We've done 2 weeks ago, actually. You can listen to it, what happened. But the question is, I mean, that's very unethical. That's very much fabricating. And but Daniel knows me personally. I mean, okay. But I will. But please, if you know, tell to the Daniel that I am a nice person, and what I have done for her show is a lot for her show, and we are all together in it. But bottom line is, yes, we may have a disagreement, maybe even with Daniel, but we are still we are talking. We always talk to have a show and etc. We don't have say, oh, we have disagreement, oh, you are no good, or this and that. So Daniel is very top person, and your show is very great too. And bottom line, we love you, and we pray for the peace and happiness of all Americans. And that's my last word to you, my friend.
Okay, thank you so very, very much, Michael. Okay, so we're pulling up news here about Sean Combs arrested. Judge orders Combs to stay in jail until trial after rejecting his $50 million bond package. Okay, so he's on a no bail hold. Okay, so which means is, as we all know, particularly within our community, is that he cannot bond out. Okay, so they refuse to give him a bond. Okay, our chat room is open for hate mail. Yes.
And love mail. Love mail.
Yeah. So which means he's in there, you know what I'm saying? Sean Combs, if you did that, man, you know what I'm saying? Brother, you are wrong. You are wrong. Okay, is because, see, these are acts that are wrong within themselves. You see what I'm saying? Now, you got acts are wrong against statutes, but you also got acts that are wrong within themselves, such as child molestation. Yeah.
Like the drugs he was, they was like, they're opiates. They're like sleepy drugs. Those drugs like make you kind of zombie-like, kind of comatose a little bit, the date rape drugs, motherfucking ketamine, things like that. First of all, it's really like, how the fuck you get your head of ketamine? Secondly, like, those are drugs, those are opiates. So it's not like that's even worse. Like, you giving people opiates, you making them so that they can't really fight back or say no or anything like that. They're kind of like lethargic, like drugs you giving motherfuckers at the hospital when they're in pain and they try to sleep that off. This is like, you know what I mean? That's what I call it, rape. Like, it's not like, you done gave somebody some mushrooms or a little Molly or some ecstasy or some meth or anything like cocaine, where they just up partying and they just want to give you some, right? Because they're in the mood. This is like take it type drugs, it's just really odd because for a man, for a brother, he shouldn't have to take nothing from nobody.
Okay, but what it is, though, Lady Ted, that you have to understand is that, see, P. Diddy is a mogul, okay? He's a mover and shaker. He makes things happen off in the industry, and I see we do got to call out the 707 area code, the last 3390, okay? When you're ready to comment, okay, just simply press 1. Okay, so therefore, with me living in Los Angeles.
Oh, he gay. He gay. He gay as hell. Gay as hell. He can't even say he's not gay or just, no. He's snatching shit. He got like a lot of lubricant to do so. So that motherfucker just straight gay and all up in it. You know what I mean? He's just a power top.
Okay, well, keep in mind, Lady Che, is that Los Angeles, as you know, is a city of movers and shakers. You see what I mean? Now, I'm not telling Mr. Combs what he should have done with his money, but he should have reinvested that money in the Black community to prevent crap like that there happening in the Black community of what he is accused of. Now, is finally getting a reality check for Mr. Combs that thought that he had all his money, that he was big and powerful, or are they putting him in his place? You see what I mean? And what have you. But the only thing I know is walking that concrete is nothing nice. Okay, comments, please. Okay, getting some feedback from.
I do have one. Oh, I'm sorry. You read in the comments. Okay.
Okay, no. Go ahead, brother. Come on there with it. We haven't got any hate mail in the chat room yet. You know.
Well, after Mike came on, the guy Michael, he came on with the love, so I don't think we're gonna get none. But I want to say something about the bond. Now they offering $50 million, and them people said nope.
No, they rejected it, man. They rejected it. He's being bound over for trial.
I understand.
Yeah, he's being bound over for trial.
Well, what I'm saying is that they just proved, the feds just proved that they don't care about the money. They want you. They don't give a shit about the money.
You see what I'm saying?
They proved it.
Exactly.
They proved it by turning down $50 million. They turned down that much money. That's just telling them. That told the whole world, we don't need your money. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And what they need to do is that they need to take old Donald Trump or Donald Duck or Humpty Dumpty or whatever they calling this clown, you know, and throw him in the same cell too. You know what I mean? And I'm surprised.
I'm so sorry. They had his people that groomed him also is what I was gonna say. They've been getting away with it forever. And they brought him into it and turned him out, so to speak. And then I guess he had to keep the ball rolling in order to keep that money like that. That's what I really think. So those handlers, I mean, those people that put him in that position, they were doing it long before, and they still doing it. So them tunnels and stuff be going to their houses. What were you saying, Lady Shay? Sorry.
Probably. No, probably, Dynamite. You know, you'll get no argument from me. You know what I'm saying?
So they got the well, allegedly kidnapped. You might as well say kidnapped young youth being smuggled as sex slaves, and that's what they really after. Because what was that main charge? Was it trafficking, right?
Yeah, human trafficking is what they call it. You know what I'm saying?
Human trafficking.
Yeah, human trafficking. Yes, sir. You know, on that there, on human trafficking.
I'm gonna try to bring somebody else on the line with me too if I can reach the Sheikh, but I'll be right back because I do have something else. But Lady Shay was speaking, so I yield.
Okay, all right.
Because doing this shit for multiple days, you know, he's drugging and all that, but get the videos. Like, if you didn't learn anything from the R. Kelly thing about the videos, he kept the videos as leverage. It may seem like it's leverage against whoever he had the videos on.
It's called extortion, Lady Shay. They're hitting him with extortion too.
But those grown folks, though, you know. I mean, them grown folks, they know what they're doing. Yeah, so I'm talking about they're like the ones that are like perhaps kidnapped. Some of them, like that girl. It was a girl on the interview said they were taking her through the tunnels and stuff, and she said walk Disney and stuff like that. You know, all that stuff. So, but I'll be Black. I'm gonna see if I can get the general.
Yes, sir, most definitely. Okay, Sister Shada. Okay, with you being a lady and all on this, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I want to get, you know, some perspective as you say, the power of the matriarch on this is because keep in mind is that dudes who do shit like this here with Mr. Combs did, we don't like them. The reason being because we got mamas, we got sisters, we got wives, we got daughters. Okay, Sister Akshita, you have the floor, ma'am.
Okay, then, yeah, because I was like, oh, okay, Shabaka done mentioned the matriarch. Well, you know, that's why I mentioned Layla Wills, because she being a woman standing on morals and principles and truth and justice and what's right is what the matriarch stands for. And so any woman, any man, any child that is doing that can be considered a part of the matriarch because that's still ethics of it, what it consists of. And so,
Right.
what are you? How are you trying to tie the matriarchy into what was just stated? Because I'm trying to see the correlation.
Okay. Well, see, this here is a violation of women, Sister Akshata. And plus that, you know, is Mr. Combs, you know, thought that he was above it all, you know what I'm saying, because he's got money. And what they're getting ready to do, from how I understand how they do things in L.A. County, you know, is that they're going to charge him in L.A. County, too, after New York finishes with it. You see what I mean? And then the cold part about it is that there was a case there in Los Angeles. Okay, we're getting some feedback right here. So I'm going to ask everybody to self-mute, okay, because we're getting feedback. Yeah. So I'm going to ask everybody to... Okay. All righty. Okay. So therefore, you know, as I was saying, is that, you know, this is bad. This is really, really bad. And then also, too, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you in Colorado, please vote Jesse Paris for the Colorado State Assembly, is because that's the only one that I'm voting for. If I could vote, if I was a registered voter in Colorado. Okay. With us men folk, you know, having daughters, having sisters, you know, having mamas, you know what I'm saying? Or Sister Akshita so well put it, you know, the power of the matriarch. Okay, as Malcolm X has said, is that the mother is the first teacher of the child. You see what I mean? Okay, now, I appreciate the art of rhythm and poetry. Okay, but this ratchetness in it, you know, is incredible. You see what I mean? They always are trying to degrade us, to get us to degrade ourselves. And I believe Dr. Marimba Ani had stated in her writing, who was a student of the one and only Dr. John Henry Clark, okay, is that it's ma'afa, a disaster so bad it is beyond description. And as more and more of these charges come out against Mr. Combs, okay, it's bad, it's real bad. But however, they say that he is innocent until he is found guilty. You know what I mean? And woo, boy, yeah, this is just overwhelming. You know, it really is. Yes, sir.
So I have a question, Shabaka.
Yes, ma'am.
I just one question. So you said after they charge him in New York, they also have charges on him in L.A. Why? What other charges do they have when he was a resident of New York?
Okay, well, basically, you know, they got him in federal court on that there, sister. You see what I'm saying? They got him in federal court, you know, and they hitting him with RICO. You see what I'm saying? The Racketeering Influence Corrupt Organizations Act. Okay, and I'm quite sure,
so the
like,
federal court is
why?
And the federal court is in California?
No, ma'am. He's in federal court in New York. It's because that there is where he was picked up at, was in New York. You see what I mean? And so they're... Yeah, so they got him on a no bond hold. You see what I mean? So California, if he's facing any charges there, they're going to have to wait till New York gets done with them. You see what I mean? Okay, and then you had that Jeffrey Weinstein.
What charges would he be facing? Oh, you mean as far as the Tupac and Biggie situation?
No, I don't think he's in. Wait a minute. I think that he was indirectly implicated in that one there as well, too. You see what I mean? So, I mean, it's a mess.
They raided both houses at one time, so whatever's in one house is most likely in the other one. He probably got a lot of incriminating stuff all over the place, especially with videos. That's what they were really looking for. And then those rich folks send them in to grab them videos so that they can take the ones of them away from there. You know?
Yeah, exactly. You see what I'm saying? And then, yes, sir.
Yes. I want just to let you know, thank you very much for your beloved show. And until the next time, shalom, my friend. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Okay. Peace, my man. Okay. All right. So we appreciate Michael, for calling in, you know what I mean? And he's over there in Singapore and what have you. Okay. So we still got our man Lightning. We still have Lady
as long
K.
as you got the love going. As long as you got the love going, because that brother really brought some good love vibes to the show. And I just want to keep it going by saying that no hard feelings to Sarge. Last time I must have plucked his nerve or something, and he went cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, and he didn't realize I'm one of them people that I'll match your energy, whatever it is. If it's good, I'm good. If it's bad, I'm bad. So that's what happened. But we appreciate your platform and love the show, love the energy. We want to keep the good energy going. So if Sarge, you're listening, you can come you can come on back in and argue that it wasn't really P. Diddy's fault. Sarge's gonna argue that he's innocent.
Yeah, well, but like I said, him and Trump should be cellmates, or they should be in the same state hospital together because these charges are very bad.
You better come on back. You're missing in action. We're gonna have to send a squad to get you. All right, Black Power.
Always, okay. And then also to us, we got a caller out of 318. The last 3 is 414. So just press 1. We'd be more than happy to unmute your mic. Okay, but getting back to what you were saying, Sister Akshita. Okay, we got 318. We're getting ready to unmute that mic. Okay. All right. Okay, 318. Last 3, 414. Okay, what's your name and where you calling from?
This Jermaine, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Hey, what's going on with you, Jermaine? How you doing?
Oh, good. I've been trying to got some updates on what's going on here in Shreveport, So
okay. But right now we're dealing with what's happening with P. Diddy, man. And maybe we're dealing with the situation with P. Diddy because it came to the top of our listeners because there was a episode that unfolded today. You see what I mean? Okay, and then they're charging this man with sex trafficking, extortion. You see what I mean? Also, 2 cases have been filed against him in state court in California. And also, too, in the state of Florida, where they had raided his home in Holmby Hills, which is in California. They also had raided his home down there in Florida, too, a couple of months back. And then all of a sudden, P. Diddy had bailed, all right? And so then I guess, and I don't know why he came back to the U.S., maybe he thought that he was untouchable. Okay, we got Mac 285 there in the chat room. Okay, appreciate you there, Mac 285. Okay, please call in, man, or leave us some comments in the chat room. Please share this episode far and wide. Okay, well, first place, you got acts that are against statute. You also have acts that are wrong within themselves, okay? Is because when I was a law minor in school, which is over 40 years ago, that is how it was explained to me, okay? Now, question, that a lot of these women go up there, hey, Mac 285, peace to you as well. Okay, Brother Che, he's not with us, so hopefully he will call in, but Lady Che is with us. Okay, now, did P. Diddy get drunk with power? Did he think that he was untouchable, like Donald Trump? You see what I mean? Or is this here an insane rage inside of him? Is this here part of the Ma'afa, in his mental state, as Dr. Marimba Ani has stated? You see what I mean? Okay, and so we'd like to get some comments on that there. Okay, Mac 285. Okay, he says he's driving at the moment. He'll be listening. Okay, be safe out there, Mac 285, and thank you for the great work that you do. Okay, and please comment, man, when you can. Okay, once again, to the matriarch. Okay, all right, okay, we got some background noise right here. Okay. So please mute your mics, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Okay. If you got other things going on, it's because, we know everything is complicated. There's a million things going on at the same time. And Jermaine, I'll be bringing you back on shortly, sir. Okay. Now, to the matriarch. Okay. As a woman, how do you feel about these cases against Mr. Combs?
Honestly, I don't have any particular thoughts on it. Personally, I have not been following what's been going on. In general, those things that he's been charged with,
right.
I don't condone any of those actions against any person.
Right.
And the fact that you use your position to cause harm or injury to other people. You asked the question, was he taking his position too far? And who knows? Because when most people get into a leadership position, they switch up from being your friend or friendly to being the a-hole, the person that nobody, because they want to prove their point and position. But it's another way to operate, and I operate differently. And so the way I operate in leadership positions is to be willing to get dirty, get down, and do the same thing I'm requiring or asking you to do. And so, point of the matter is, if you get out of hand with your leadership, you're gonna abuse it, and you're gonna abuse people. And so maybe that is the case. He was being abusive. People, I don't know. I was never really particular about him to begin with, because it was always something just quite, not cozy with me, with him, just behaviors and his wanting to be in the spotlight so much. For any music video he was in, he was always in front of everybody in the camera dancing. And I remember, back in the day, everybody kind of like, it was a running joke that, pussy was going to be in the camera like that. You can just go ahead and count on it. And so he became popular. He became popular for having these types of parties where anything goes. And so people who have attended these parties have agreed to the behaviors that were taking place at the times that they were present at these parties. And then they're not saying anything about it either. They're not coming to his defense or speaking against it. Most people are just saying, I know I was gone before that happened. You know what I'm saying? I heard about it. But why are you even attending if you already know what's going to go down at these parties? You go for the first half hour and then you leave just to see who's there? No, because you're not going to be a mouthpiece on the street. Telling what's going on behind the scenes. So you're not going to even be invited if you are a hazard and talking too much. So if you know the code, if you know the code, you know what to say. You don't understand nothing. You don't know. Everybody knows because they probably got some videos.
Yeah.
Everything got to be recorded. Well, you think that? Why you think they don't like to be recorded? Because they know what that means.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And
then they
here
be signing
right
those what do you call it, MDA? They be all have to sign NDAs and all that. Yeah. I don't want to be nowhere where I gotta sign no NDA. Get that.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? You know. And then the cold part about it is, you see, is that you got a lot of people who go out there and bum rush Hollywood is because, you know, they want to go up there. They want to be the next star and things of this nature right there. Now, the reason I know what I'm talking about because I grew up in Los Angeles, okay? They're going to lie to you. They're going to come to you with illicit substances. In other words, they basically are looking for what your weakness is. You see what I mean? So they're going to exploit your weakness. You know, everybody gets starstruck. You know, I was out here, you know, I was doing that. And then you got a whole lot of great actors and great actresses, you know, who get stepped over because, you know, they don't go along with quote unquote the norm. Case in point, you know, when I did my live feed go ahead.
I was gonna say, you know, when we overlook things and we mistake it as comedy, and that has opened the gateway for cross-dressing to be more accepted,
right?
And that type of behavior to be more publicly acceptable. You know, in the eyes of the general public, and so all of it is a part of the agenda, and the agenda is not just against you because of the tone of your skin. The agenda, I believe, has taken a turn in its course from race to sexism.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Because
and you want to know? Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah. From racism to sexism, because look at what's happening. You have the past campaign election debate,
right?
And no matter how you feel about Trump, no matter how you feel about Kamala, she came prepared, and she's been in a position to where she can argue her point and make it all make sense to everything going on, and prove her case in point without the need of additional evidence. While on the other hand, Trump, anything he said, he was questioned and he was fact checked on it. And you know, you can't just throw stuff out there and say whatever you want to say when you got people who do research for fun. And so, so when it comes to that whole political debate, I had a revelation that this was the replication, or this is supposed to symbolize the acceptance of a man bashing a woman publicly, and he was the one to do it against Hillary, and he did it again, and now he's doing it against Kamala. And it would be one thing if the people were supporting Kamala because she is a woman, but people are having an issue because she's a woman, but they're empowering the fact that she is
quote unquote Black. So why are they playing to the Black agenda when she's not even Black? And why is she playing so hard to get accepted and in the term of Black? But whenever she chooses to change and turn that switch off, she can. But the people who she's connecting with on this Blackness, they do have something else to hold on to, but that's a whole another topic right there. We're talking about deprogramming to reprogram to understand that you are more than the term that was created for you, which is a misnomer. Black, which is an adjective, a descriptive word that describes a noun. And so if Black is the descriptive word, what is the noun? And so, or who is the noun? And if you see yourself as only the adjective, you're not going to be treated as the noun, the actual living, breathing being. And if you're not the actual living, breathing being, you can't speak for yourself because you're civilis timor too, dead in the eyes of the law. So the court system ain't even listening to you for real. They can't hear you. They've already got a consumed notion about who you are just because of who you said you are. You said you were Black. We're going to treat you like you're Black. So
okay.
I don't understand why. I don't understand why they're playing on the Black card with her and why she cooking greens now and eating fried chicken and hot sauce. You know what I'm saying? Cleaning greens in her tub. She done had so many greens.
That's what I was about to say that. I was about to say that.
That's when all the Black folks look at it and say, wait a minute, hold up, she ain't Black.
No, all the greens I had over the course of my lifetime, I was
greens in a bathtub,
sink.
they got to be kidding me. For real.
Okay, going back to Los
Angeles. Is that the same bathtub where they wash their behind? Oh, no.
No.
They do that over in Pakistan somewhere. They don't do that here.
Okay, now also, too, we got Gloria Allred, who's a prominent victims' rights attorney out of Los Angeles. And if you are ever slapped with a lawsuit by Ms. Gloria Allred, you do not debate this woman in court, gentlemen. You just settle out because she is dangerous. Okay. Gloria Allred said the leaked surveillance video showing rapper Diddy assaulting his ex-girlfriend could potentially lead to federal racketeering charges against him if it provides evidence of sex crimes like trafficking. Check. Okay, Ms. Allred, I give you that. They fulfilled that requirement. In a Saturday interview, Allred, who has represented other victims of Combs, says she wasn't surprised by the quote-unquote disgusting and disturbing footage based on accounts from her clients, although she didn't disclose details. Okay, the LA District Attorney's Office, with its kangaroo court self, but we'll talk about that later, said that they would be unable to charge Diddy in LA in the incident because it occurred beyond the timeline where a crime of assault can be prosecuted. In other words, that particular charge passed the statute of limitations, in LA County. Okay, in the 2016 surveillance video footage, Combs can be seen grabbing Casey Ventura, dragging her through the hallway and kicking her also. While too much time has passed for local prosecutors to file charges over the 2016 hotel assault, Allred said the Justice Department could bring a RICO Act case against Combs if the video shows evidence of crimes like sex trafficking that have a 10-year statute of limitations. So Ms. Allred says, so we'll have to wait and see if any charges are filed by the feds. Okay, and I believe that they had. Okay, Allred stated the feds authorities previously raided Combs' homes, likely seeking trafficking evidence. Okay. Ms. Ventura's attorney called the video further confirmation of Combs' disturbing and predatory behavior. Ventura filed a federal lawsuit against the music producer last year, but reached a settlement the next day. The terms of the agreement were kept confidential. We have decided to resolve this matter amicably, Combs said in a statement. And quote unquote, I wish Cash and their family all the best. Love. Already speculated the video may have been leaked from within Combs' camp after reports he paid $50,000 to obtain it. Already condemned Combs' actions, saying he treated Ventura though she's not a human being, but just an object that he owns. Okay, well, I got some comments on that there myself, and now is not the time for it. Okay, so therefore, too, we got a couple of others in the chat room. We got an unknown caller right here. They raised their hand, and also, too, we got a 314 as well. Too. We'll be bringing you on in a minute, 314. Just press 1. Okay, the unknown caller. I think I know who this is. Sarge, is this you?
You think you knew, but fella, you hardly knew me.
Okay, Sarge. Let's just say, Sarge, that we recognize the way how you come on. Okay, Sarge, our top story.
Yeah, I always have something pithy for you to consider.
Okay, what's that, Sarge? And also, too, Sarge, him and Dump belong in the same jail cell, okay? They both are sexual deviants.
Oh, please, give me a break. You believe Gigi and Carol, man. I know you're not that naive to believe that lunatic woman. Please. You don't even want to go into details about what was revealed in the courtroom with me, because I'm very much up on the whole thing. She should have had no credibility in any legitimate court. It was literally his word against hers after almost 20 years. Literally.
Okay.
She had not one shred of evidence, not one shred of contemporary corroboration, not anything. A New York jury just chose to go along with her because they just felt like it. That was it.
Okay. Now, Sarge. Okay. First of all, Sarge, okay, we got Sister Akshita here as well, too. We got Black Lightning, okay. So, therefore, we're putting up a bar between you and Black Lightning, man, you know, so y'all don't get into it.
I already told him all love and respect here. Number love and respect. Didn't mean to hurt no feelings or to get on nobody's last nerve. Always a pleasure to be on here. So let's just keep it going, keep it rolling. You know.
Well, look, Black Lightning. I just want you to know it matters not to me, not one whit, not one iota, whatever opinion you have on anything. That is completely your right to hold, even if it's 100% or 180 degrees contrary to what I believe. The only thing I object to is the personal insults and attacks.
Absolutely. So we're on the same page. We don't need no barriers. Okay, Black Power.
That's good.
Okay, now,
and
Sarge,
I promise you, I will not dismiss anything you say. If you say something, I will respond to it either with an agreement, a dissent, and why I dissent, or I don't know. Every single time. It's always that way with me.
Okay, gentlemen, the boxing commission is off tonight, okay?
Do you think that P. Diddy is guilty?
You know, the presumption of innocence notwithstanding, I think the evidence seems to be so great that right now, based upon the relative little I know, it is more likely he is than not. But I got to keep an open mind until I see what the government's case is.
Okay, and also, too, Sarge, you are aware of the fact, okay, that his bail has been rejected. He's on a no bail hold.
$50 million.
What was the bail that was set? What was it? Wait, the judge didn't set any bail at all?
No, he offered $50 million for bail, and the judge said, no, man, you remanded to custody.
Well, obviously, the only way they could do that is they believe the U.S. attorney would say he's a flight risk. Did they give a reason as to why they believe he's a flight risk and would not appear?
He said he was going to kill himself, remember? He said he was going to kill himself.
Okay. Okay, and then keep in mind, though, Sarge, with the man being a billionaire, of course he is a flight risk, man, because when he got hit with the case in L.A., man, he bum rushed to Van Nuys Airport, man, and got on his private jet, man, and he bailed. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I would have to say then that is a good reason for the judge to deny him bail, if that all that is so.
Okay, all right, so he's going to be walking the concrete. Maybe they could put him and Trump in the same federal penitentiary together. You know, they could be cellmates.
Stop it. We've seen the case against Trump. It ain't got a leg to stand on, and I'll be happy to go into great detail with you as to why. Ain't got none of them.
Okay, now, Sarge, you have not wrote the letter to the great city of Las Vegas, Sin City, to ask them to please start the wrecking ball of bouncing off that building or putting homeless people in there. Okay,
no,
because now you got.
I respect private property. They got to go through due process first before the government exercises eminent domain or seizes any property, life, or liberty from anyone. They have to go through the correct due process before they do. And until they do, don't ask me to submit a brief in support of it.
Okay, Sarge. All righty, but these charges against Mr. Combs, you know, extortion, videotapes that Sister Akshita was saying, the matriarch, you know what I'm saying, and feel free to chime in, Akshita. It's always a pleasure to have you. Okay, as you know, Sarge, you got acts that are wrong against statutes in these kangaroo courts. And then you got acts that are wrong within themselves. And these charges that are against Mr. Combs are acts wrong within themselves. I mean, did the money do it to him? I mean, is he out of his mind? Okay, I mean, is the man mentally ill? Or what? Is because, you know, this is some bizarre shit, folks. You know what I'm saying? This is bizarre. Now, do you put him in the same category as Charles Manson? Do you put him in the same category as Rich?
I really hate to be an armchair psychoanalyst without an extensive understanding of a person's psychological background. But based upon what the sketchy information I have about this man's character and personality, I would suggest he's an authoritarian type who has happened to find himself the beneficiary of a largesse of a great income. And he's given vent to that authoritarian impulse to impose his will on others. And like a great many people with that sort of bent, like Jim Jones and others, unchecked, who don't have anybody in place to exercise any sort of restraint on him, he has given rein to his worst impulses. Nobody checked him. Nobody put him in check, and he was made coddled through many of the things he did and got away with. I think that probably explains much of it. His power because of his proximity to money and influence.
I agree with that. And you want to know something?
Yes, ma'am.
Relationship between Diddy and his mother has been in question as well.
Yeah.
Just as well as when you said Jim Jones. He had been coming out.
He was crazy.
He had been coming out saying that, you know, he was exposed to a lot of inappropriate things as a child because of his mother's lifestyle and how it affected him in the long run, and why he had become this man that he had become, and he was basically facing his demons on this show. What was it, Love and Hip Hop? So he was facing his demons on Love and Hip Hop, and so Diddy the same thing, facing his demons. See, here's the deal. What I have gained information and knowledge in, as far as my observation goes. Men who mistreat women and are friendly to men don't even like women. They like men, but they they haven't come to terms with those thoughts and feelings because they've been taught that it's wrong to feel that way. So they'll mistreat women. That's like being in a relationship with somebody you don't really like. Everything they do get on your nerves. And you're always trying to get away from them to be with the boys, the homeboys. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hang out with the boys. You ain't got time for your woman, but you got time for your boys. That don't make no sense to me. That ain't never made no sense to me.
I was wondering if he got pimped out by his mama. That's what I just thought about. I'm thinking, Puff P. Diddy, you notice how he got all these, like, people bring their kids to him. In other words, they pimping their kids out to him. What if he got pimped out by his mama?
And he don't know nothing but what he has through that makes it right in his mind because of how he's been conditioned to think.
Okay.
And so what if
he was
pimped out? What if he had an inappropriate relationship with his mother? And he doesn't.
And Clive Davis. I mean, not Clive Davis.
Right.
Some of them billionaires, you know, they'd be like, yo, here, you know, make her son a billionaire because he's a damn pedophile.
Right.
Now another thing.
We don't talk enough about the women who, the mothers who use their children.
Throw that in there, allegedly. Just a theory.
Allegedly. But those who use their children for gain, you know, and that's and just like I was saying earlier today, I was on with Elia. We was communicating, and I was making reference to the fact that anytime a child gets put in a situation that is harmful to them in any type of manner at all, harmful, they are in a position, you can't blame the child because the child can't consent to anything. But the parent, it can consent on behalf of the child. And so
such as parental consent.
Right.
And
so
look who he grew up around.
It's the parents who are condoning you know, things like this to take place. And then if you have been taken advantage of and used as a child, you don't feel nothing for no other child because you done already been through it. And that's why you got what you have. So if you want what I have, you got to go through what I went through, type of deal.
Wasn't his daddy in the life? Wasn't they into the street life too? Because I wouldn't be surprised if his daddy was a pimp, for real. Because he said his daddy was a gangster, and that's where he getting it from. He get that gangster in him, you know. So, but he's a pedophile too at the same time, huh?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, sir, because you know what? I think we definitely understate the amount of negative influence a righteous man can have on the development of a young man growing up. For good or for bad, men are critical in it, and we've got to accept and we've got to acknowledge the fact that to a great extent, the black man has been cut out of his children's development on a continual basis as they grow up. We got to acknowledge that, and we've got to be prepared to look at what implications that may have had for thousands of our children.
They've been drugged away from the family. They've been drugged away from the family.
At the same time, the mothers don't get a free ride because of their title. You got to be willing to be just that, what you say you are, a mother, and you are supposed to protect your children, no matter whether the father is there or not.
Right. Okay. And I also see we got another call out of Los Angeles.
Well, what sister said is definitely true, but we also have to acknowledge that makes it that much more difficult. if you got an involved man in a relationship with a child, it is definitely more likely that that positive influence will have a positive effect on the outcome of that child's development.
He's absolutely right. He absolutely thought you right on that, brother. You right on that, because it take a man to raise a man, because it take a woman to raise a girl. It take a man. It take a man to tell his son when he's ready to jump, look at him and say, "Sit your ass down." You know what I mean? He can only really get that part from mom. I mean, from dad, because it'd be like, "Dad, cooling a cucumber, and they got me hot enough, this damn firecracker." You know what I'm saying? But Dad would have been like, "You have to excuse him, Sarge. He just having a bad day." See, he would have been cool as a cucumber. You can only get that from Pop. You know what I mean? But I just want to throw it in there, because I agree. You need the fathers in the home, but see, they've been drug out of the home. It wasn't like everybody just decided to walk away, because that's not happening. I mean, because fathers, dads, Black fathers, we love being fathers. We love going to play. Look, I took my kids play basketball, learn all the kung fu they ever need to know, guerrilla warfare, even popped off on a few people just to show them how to have heart. You know what I mean? Basically every single time. But that was just to show them that Papa don't take no mess, basically. Right. But I'm just saying, if he was pimped out, not just by his mom now, because Daddy got a part of that too. If he's pimped out, then you say you can't blame him. But then after a certain age, come on now, it's all him. Right. He got a choice. Just like he pimping out, not pimping out, but say like those young guys like Justin Bieber and different artists. Right. It's like, what was their parents thinking about? Huh? Right. They want to be famous. Money.
It's all about
just like when Michael Jackson was Never Neverland.
So they're gonna send their kids.
No, exactly. That's real talk right there, Black Lightning. You know what I'm saying? That there is real talk. You see what I mean? And then on top of it, as the gentleman was saying, only a man could teach a boy to be a man, just like only a woman can teach a girl to be a woman. Is because I saw one of these crazy ass memes up here on Facebook, Puke Book, whatever you want to call it. Okay, where there was a meme. You have mama sitting at the table, you have the teenage daughter sitting at the table, and you got baby boy sitting at the table. And baby boy is like about 7 or 8. Mama says she doesn't want a man. No, mama says she doesn't need a man. Teenage daughter says, I don't want a man. Baby boy says, I don't want to be a man. You see what I mean? And then, of course, we all know about the plantation system, about demasculating the black male and what have you. So we ain't even going to go there. You see what I'm saying? So we already know that. Go ahead, man.
You know one thing we got to say, though, about the post-antebellum slave system?
One at a time. One at a time, please.
All right, but we got to say this, Shabaka. There were black men throughout the South by the thousands attempting to reunite themselves with their families. Despite the slave system and everything else, it was a phenomenon that was noted by historians and social scientists at the time that black men were going everywhere to reunite with their families. So despite the slave system and the plantation ownership, black men still felt that their primary role was to be with their families, and that's exactly what they did, to the tune of 80% of black men lived with their children right up through the 1960s. 80% of marriageable black men of marriageable age were living with the children that they fathered. Think about that for a minute, and look at what it is today.
That's right. Exactly. Because they systemically, Sarge, have killed the black family unit. They had to.
then they created the shows. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, sister.
Family Matters, the Cosby Show, all these different family shows that depicted a family that wasn't reflective of what was truly going on in the homes of Black families. Melanated families.
Doctors and lawyers and living good, doing good, buying new cars. I mean, it does happen in the Black family now. They want to show.
But then you had Good Times.
Yeah, but that was more. It's like both of them are true. But what I'm saying is, we gotta offer our people that side, the Huxtable side. We needed the Huxtable side. That's why they wanted to see Bill Cosby down for even displaying that Huxtable side. And even on Good Times, the father on Good Times display that strong father figure that makes you sit down. Say, what, you want to jump? You better look over here. He said, wait a minute, I'm jumping and Daddy looking at me. I think I better sit down.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about John Amos on Good Times. Yeah.
Now wait a minute, Shabaka. Hold on a second now, Shabaka. Now, I want to refer y'all to this, and I want you to be patient with me as I develop this feature. Now, I got every single episode that was aired of Amos and Andy. Now, Amos and Andy was a hustler, and he was a grifter, and he was all of them things. And many of the characters on it were caricatures, even though they were funny as hell, they were still caricatures. But let me tell you what it was. He was married to his woman, and he was faithful to her. And not only that, all of the subsidiary characters that you saw, the Black men, were married. They were raising their children. Now, that might have made fun of them. They might have made them look buffoonish. But I'm telling you one thing. They reflected the rate of marriage and family creation of that time in the mid-1950s to the early 1960s. That was an accurate depiction in that sense.
Yeah.
So I think that's something to consider.
And the Jeffersons too. Somebody that made a little business in the business and pop. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Come on now. I don't want our people to think like I used to think when I was adolescent, that the most that I could probably become would be a hardcore gangster pimp with a whole bunch of diamond rings on my hand and a long barrel. What do you call it? Whatever it is, the silver and pretty with the pearl handle. That one. You know, I'm just saying, with the fur coat on, a white Eldorado digging his scene with a gangster link. But
diamond in the back.
Yeah, but see, that's what they wanted. That's why they had all those movies. Right, they had those movies.
Yeah, the Black exploitation film.
See, they didn't want us to look at the Huxtables and say, oh, he's going to law school. This one's going to dental school. They getting ready to make $150,000 a year at starting. You know?
Right.
Hell yeah. I like a good success story. I like a good success story. I could be a success story in a way because when I was out there saying, well, you know what? I can't make no money if I go home. I got to stay out here and hustle. And believe me, I was on the grind all the time. and so I'm just saying, I got a legit hustle going and started hiring other people. And we started selling watches. We started selling jewelry. We started selling earrings. We started
merchandise,
sunglasses, oils, every damn thing.
Yeah, merchandise.
Yeah, I started heading up to New York, getting all kind of stuff. I was spending like $1,000 a week, a weekend, because I would go up to New York on the weekend and get stuff, and then have some more stuff come on Monday, and I got to pay him another $1,000. So we was rocking like that. But if you want to, I'm just saying, we don't want our people to say the only thing that you could possibly do is go out here and sell some, instead of earrings, some cars. Only thing you could possibly do is go out here and sell some real estate. The only thing you could possibly do is be a broker. You know what I mean? A big money tycoon and be, you know, I want to be like Pierpont. Y'all know Pierpont? I know Shabaka, don't tell them. This one's for everybody else. Y'all know who Pierpont is? Anybody?
Yeah.
I knew you would. Good Lord. Yeah, how much money you want to put on it?
On what?
Never mind. Just tell them. Just tell them who Pierpont is.
Pierpont Morgan?
Oh, hell yeah. Damn, you good.
Absolutely. Pierpont Morgan was an industrialist and one of the people who helped build the United States economy out in the early 20th century.
J.P.
Morgan. Is that J.P. Morgan by any chance, Sarge?
John Pierpont Morgan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Pierpont. That's what I call him.
J.P. Morgan.
But that was like,
oh boy, man!
Like you know how sometimes our people want to emulate somebody and say, "Oh, call me Al Capone" or something like that. Shit, call me old Pierpont. Call me Pierpont.
Bailed out the United States government, baby. That's what he did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He bailed out the U.S. government.
That's off the grid. So, but now I would just say that when Pierpont had frickin' frack, I mean when he had frack when he had what's his name, Frick? Yeah, Frick was fracking. You know, Frick was fracking. That's where to get frickin' frack, right? So Frick was like on that gangster stuff. He was on that gangster time, you know. So he was getting shit done. But I'm just saying, they was all into that. They were all into that. So by the time it trickled down to black folks, and they say, "Oh boy, you want to make $1 million on stage and be a billionaire?" I say, "Hell yeah!" I said, "Well, you got what's his name over there in that back room waiting on you." I got the contract right here. When you come out that back room. When you come out that back room, I got the contract for you right here. But some of us are above that shit. That way, they never offered no kind of craziness to my band. The only person that wanted to talk to my band was Suge Knight. That was the only person. And I'm like, Suge Knight want to talk to you. I'm like, I want to talk to Suge Knight. They were like, Suge Knight want to talk to you. I'm like, is this a good call? Should I take this? Enough about me. I just say success is something our people need to see. They don't need to see somebody that's sleeping on a lawn chair trying to sell some sunglasses and just staying out there on the grind. They need to see somebody who's working from home at his bar downstairs in the house that he buying, you know, and just happen to have to cut the damn grass. Ain't that a flip? Anyway, Black Power.
Right.
Well, Sean Puppy Combs is an example of an entrepreneur that literally made billions. The problem wasn't that he wasn't hardworking or had good luck or had the ability to see opportunities. The problem is that, like I said, I think his authoritarian personality got in the way of his ability to discern and realize that the world doesn't rise and set in his time.
Okay, now on that.
Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I mean, you don't get much more major in the entertainment world or any industry for that matter than Sean Puppy Combs was with the amount of earnings that he made and the amount of earnings that he provided for others. It's literally in the billions, including his own personal income and work.
Brother Jermaine, go ahead.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Same to you. Start off the record real quick, but that Diddy situation, man. They've been investigating him since I think it was 2018 or 17 or something like that. But
the investigation was a while.
But
the investigation was a while.
But here in Louisiana, real quick, just 1 second. Well, 1 second. They're operating under these old French laws that it's unconstitutional. It's a direct violation of our rights. It's what they call it, the Napoleonic law and the French code laws.
The Napoleonic code.
Yeah, the Napoleonic code, and that's unconstitutional. And I'm not understanding why haven't anyone written this out the books yet here. And that's why we can't. Some of these folks can't hardly get nowhere in the state because of the Napoleonic code. Yeah.
Then that there might be a case for the U.S. Supreme Court, Jermaine. Just like they're not changing the subject, briefly, I just want to note out there, Sarge. Now, you and I are going to argue about this here, and I want to get feedback from everybody. Okay, the great state of Oklahoma, where the Black Wall Street is. Okay, the Oklahoma State Supreme Court, they turned down the request for the reparations of the last two survivors of the Black Wall Street massacre. Okay, now see, this is what I mean by these kangaroo courts. Okay, of course they should have gotten a reparation. Actually, all of us should have gotten reparations. You see what I mean? Okay, but I was just putting that out there. You see what I'm saying? And then somebody's got some background noise. Please self-mute. Okay, if you got some background noise, please self-mute. Okay, please self-mute if you got some background noise. Okay, of course, what happened, what's going on with Sean Combs is a travesty. Okay, what happened with the Black Wall Street is a travesty. Okay, what's happening over there in North Carolina where the truck driver, quote unquote, allegedly hung himself is a travesty. Of course, what goes on here sometimes at Shabaka'S Blacc Experience Enhanced is a travesty because you was on that there a while back, Charge, where somebody called in unanimously and Shabaka was all kind of NGRs, Black SOB, this, that, there, the other. And we're not going to talk about Muhammad Ali is because he is the quickest way to an argument. But what it is, Black family, is that it is the value system, in my opinion. Now, this is just an opinion. Now, I'm not the brightest tool in the shed. Okay, it's just an opinion. Is that with the Black family unit being so shattered, you see what I'm saying? It's morally corrupt. You see what I mean? And then, you know, you got our people putting values, you know, on, excuse the language, ladies, on whoredom, putting values on pandering, putting values on, okay, just like brother was saying right there, well, you know, man, I want to go out here and be a pimp and all this old type of stuff like that. You see what I mean? Okay, like when you look at movies like Coffee and the Mac and all that, and Hollywood would perpetuate that crap. But shout out there to the spirit of the one and only Miss Cicely Tyson, you know, who kept up a very, very positive image for Black women in general. And you could just tell by the films that she played in, Sounder was one of them, okay? Bustin' Loose was another one. Now, may Richard Pryor, you know, rest in peace, you know, but he had got caught up in certain lifestyles out there in Hollywood, Los Angeles, Southern California, everybody thinking it's the land of milk or honey. And let me tell you something, people, the streets of Los Angeles will love you to death. You know, they got that common saying out there, hey, this is Los Angeles. Anything can happen. And guess what? Something has. You say, so, and it's just very, very.
Not just that,
what?
You said, something has. I was like, bring it.
Yeah. Yeah, Los Angeles is off the hook. You know what I'm saying? You know, they call New York City the Big Apple. They call LA the Big Orange. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that place is insane. It's crazy. All the politicians in California are corrupt, starting with Newsom. Yeah, she's got a story too, Sarge. You know what I'm saying? She has a story too. Just like Willie Brown, just like Joe Alioto, just like Kevin Bass, just like Uncle Tom Bradley, just like Daryl Gates, just like his dope fiend son, Scott Gates. Of course, you know, we saw what happened with Mr. Christopher Dorner, who made the ultimate sacrifice, you know, when he was exposing corruption and dereliction out there, you know what I mean? And so what it is, people, we are all we got. You see what I'm saying? I've said it before. I've said it for the last 8 years that I've been going broke on this podcast that is sinking. So we need some help. You know what I'm saying? If we can get the help, fine. It'd be greatly appreciated. But this podcast is going to go off all of a sudden at one time. You know what I mean? So who knows, maybe I need to start downloading my episodes, you know, to protect my intellectual property rights. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we got another 28 minutes left off here on this podcast. Always. And then also, too, Mac 285 is shouting you out, Sarge. You know what I'm saying? You know. Also, too, Mac 285. Okay. Then Mac 285 says that Kamala is the tether. Okay. And Brother Che, I wish he was here because he can explain tether better than I can. But one thing, you know, just going on to some other current subjects of that we were going to talk about is the division within the Black community. And Kamala's always talking about save the middle class, save the middle class, save the middle class. What about the lower class? Dr. Claude Anderson had stated recently, and I believe it was either him and Dr. Boyce Watkins, I think, that stated that we as Black folk now have become a permanent underclass in the American social order. And I have to agree with that. Comments on that, you know, one at a time, please.
Oh, come on, man. Now, Kamala Harris, man, name one single so-called, quote, value, unquote, that this woman has not sold out in recent history in order as she put her finger to the political winds and decided which way they were blowing. She has literally got nothing. There's not a single so-called value that she pretends to hold that she is not willing to sell out and reverse at the drop of a hat without even an explanation as to why she has done so. It's literally astounding the way this woman has turned her back on many of the things that she said were sacrosanct to her, except abortion.
Okay.
Killing babies, she's all in for that. Other than that, nothing else.
Okay.
Okay,
now let me ask you this here.
Greens in a tub where she's been washing her behind. I did have one statement though after you saw it.
Yes, sir.
I do not want greens.
Just that how far does the rabbit hole go? Because Diddy, he was sitting there with his kid on his lap reading out the names of all the people he's gonna take down with him. He's like, he ain't going down by himself. And then another thing, really, is like, okay, I'll give you a scenario. Well, a long time ago, when we were playing, I'm a singer, right? And I was doing a lot of shows and stuff like that. And I just happened to see this place where they were having look-alike contests, right? They had people in there dressed like Michael Jackson, Prince, and all these different things. I was just dressed for a show that I was going to do myself anyway. So I said, let me duck up in this joint. And then I say, you know what? I say, I want the instrumental of Dove's Cry. And everybody was lip syncing. I said, man, you got to turn this joint on. I turned that joint out doing Dove's Cry. But let's see. Now, the reason I said that is because when I was in the bathroom, looking in the mirror, there was a guy looking in the mirror. He looked just like Prince, and he had a guitar, right? And I said, "Can you play that?" He said, "Yeah, I play a little bit." I said, "That's what you got to do." I said, "You want to win this? You got to plug that damn thing in, and you're gonna turn this in." I said, "I'm gonna turn it out." I said, because I'm turning my mic on and I'm really singing. And plus my band, we were doing Dove's Cry anyway. It wasn't nothing but a practice for me. But what I'm getting to is they got 20 guys that look just like Prince. 20 guys look just like Michael Jackson. How many Diddy lookalikes do they possibly have? Now, I see a curvature in the face difference. Because I'm an artist, I draw. Now this guy that they every time there's a problem, they got this puffy face guy, right? But Diddy, he got buck teeth. You know, he got buck teeth. He can't help but show his teeth. This other guy, he ain't showing his teeth, and he got puffy cheeks. When Diddy's plane, when they hit both of his places at one time, he got his plane and got the hell up out of here. Why in the hell would you send your plane all the way down there and to Antigua and you ain't in it? Bullshit. He was in that damn plane and he's still down there. As a matter of fact, they showed on somebody was showing Google Earth, right? They had all these damn yachts, right? All these yachts. They was all aimed at Epstein Island. They was all headed to Epstein Island, all the asses. So what I'm saying, so this is just food for thought, and it's just a conspiracy theory of mine that he ain't gonna serve a day of nothing. And whoever's in there, they keep on throwing this narrative out there about, oh, he's suicidal. So maybe he's supposed to take that fall, so his whole family don't fall, or something like that. You never know. Because when they go gangster, they go gangster. Say, hey, you either gonna do this or we gonna do this. Say, now it's your way or our way. You have your choice. So all I'm saying is, I think that he's no longer here. They probably over there in Epstein Island. If they think that they're gonna let that billionaire Epstein in a cell by himself, unwatched, so he can hang himself, then we all, what they say, boo the clown. If you really believe that they didn't keep an eye on the real Epstein, they would have kept an eye on his ass. This dude's supposed to go. So all I'm saying is the Epstein lookalike, the Diddy lookalike, they made, the only true gangster left is Suge Knight. Black Power.
Well, always. Okay, now from what I understand, Mr. Knight, is still incarcerated and what have you. You know what I mean? Okay, so I don't know what's going to happen with Mr. Combs. And also, too, we got calls from the 323, the last 3583. Your mic is on muted. Feel free to join in the conversation. Also, too, we got the 314 last 179. Your mic is on muted. Please join into the conversation. But the only thing I could say is that they said that Los Angeles was designed by a drunk Indian on a drunk horse, and I believe it. Okay, the politics of Los Angeles is whack. Okay. Everybody wants to go out there to see the Hollywood sign. Everybody wants to go out there to see the Pacific Ocean. Everybody wants to go up there in the Beverly Hills, which is its own municipality, its own city. And like I told you, Sarge, you will not be walking in the city of Beverly Hills at 4 o'clock in the morning, man, talking about you going to see your relatives. They got a certain way of dealing with our folk there in the great city of Beverly Hills. They really do. They really do. Had a couple of run-ins with their finest. You know what I'm saying? And, they ran a plate on my vehicle, threw my driver's license on the ground and says, you drive back off into Los Angeles and don't you come back right here. So where was my so-called civil rights? Where's the so-called due process? To quote the words of George Orwell in a book he wrote in 1949 called 1984, where he has stated, police guard, you will be suspicious of everyone, and that there includes everyone. You are chosen for your superior brawn and your lack of intelligence, and you will be prepared to give your life for Big Brother, the leader you haven't seen. Okay, we got 20 minutes left. We want a complete show. Okay, closing comments, please. Okay, Sister Akshita, go first, ma'am, then the Black Lightning, then the Sarge. And then the other numbers we have right there at the 314 and out of the 323, your mic's unmuted, and feel free to join in on our closing comments. All right. Okay, Sister Akshita, you got the floor, man. Sister Akshita?
You?
Yes, Sister Akshita? Okay. All right. Okay. All righty. Okay. Okay. All righty. Okay. Black Lightning, your closing comments, sir.
Okay, the Machiavellian concept, which Tupac was basically telling everybody, I ain't gonna be here. So they keep on. Right. So I think I think it's the same old thing. It's like when a shooter, and now he shoots himself, even though he's in a shootout now with the police, right? SWAT and everything. But he always minds to shoot. So we know what's up with that too. Basically, I think it's the same thing here. So if he done switched already, and everybody's looking at this other guy and convinced, and he ain't showing no overbite at all. Come on now. You might as well call him the like Mr. Ed. You know what I'm saying? Like even in all them old videos, you always see them top row of teeth, no matter what. Every video, you got them top row of teeth hanging out. I don't even know how his teeth hang out like that. I try to do it in the mirror. It don't work for me. But anyway, I was just saying, I don't think that those videos, they got overwhelming evidence against him, or they would not have given him a no bond. You know, it's got to be a preponderance of overwhelming evidence. And let's not forget the guy that is sitting in jail talking about did he pay $1 million to have Tupac knocked off. Guess what? He might have. And then if they got any evidence on that, I think they rocking with that. But only problem with that is Tupac already told y'all that wasn't him. So they got the wrong man. Tupac smart enough to wear a bulletproof vest, especially when shit like that happens. He said, man, I just whooped a Crip's ass. You know damn well I got my vest on now. After that fight, he was a well-known Crip. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna beat up a Crip and now you're gonna walk around. For real? Don't think so.
Okay.
Matter of fact, they got a song saying that he was drug away by the police, put in an ambulance, and instead of going to the hospital, they took his ass to like an airport somewhere, you know, get on a helicopter up out of here to an Indian reservation, and only a handful of people would even know. So, and Indian reservation, you can't come on Indian reservation. They don't give a damn who you are. You know, just like the feds don't care how much money you got. Hey, look, the feds don't care how much money you got. They might care how much money you got, but it's not going to come in that door unless they say so. And they got their rifles aimed out at you. You know, Black Power. I'll just drop it on Machiavellian theory, Black Power.
All right, Black Lightning, Black Power always. Okay, your closing comments, Sister Cheetah, one more time. Okay, all right. Okay, your closing comments, Sarge.
Well, after watching events of the last few weeks and months, I got to say something about a group of people that we call communists. You know, and one of them is running for president of the United States in a major political party. I won't say who. But socialists, in other words, with extra steps, and leftists, you know, radicals and revolutionaries. And 100 years ago, they were Marxist-Leninists, and recently called them Marxists. And even without irony and not as a joke, being totally unself-aware, they call themselves progressives. For my purposes, I'm going to call them unhuman. I'm talking about unhumans and what they do. When they get power, unhumans undo civilization itself. They undo order. They undo the basic bonds of society that make communities and nations possible. They destroy your right to life, liberty, and property. They undo their own humanity in the process by embracing nihilism, cynicism, and envy. I got a lot more to say, but I like to be concise. I'm going to just leave it there.
Okay, now let me ask you this here, Sarge. Okay, are they eating the dogs and cats down there in the great state of Georgia, which is Sarge?
You know something? That is something that I have not checked enough to substantiate on my own. I don't just follow the herd when somebody says something. I've told you a million times.
Okay,
so I don't have enough evidence that I can rely upon to assert that as a fact. But I can tell you this much. Anytime, it doesn't matter where these people come from. They come from a society as stable as Sweden used to be. I don't care where they come from. If you plunk 20,000 people down in a community of 40,000, which is a 33% increase in a space of 4 years, you are bound to induce a measure of chaos. And when you do it from a country that is essentially as dysfunctional and chaotic as Haiti is, that is a recipe for catastrophe and disaster. That is what I'm more concerned about than I am about whether eating cats or dogs.
Okay, well, Sarge, I'm going to tell you something. Okay, you know, we have a major contributor, you know, to our podcast, you know what I'm saying, that has a very, very high regard for Haiti. You know what I mean? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So,
okay,
and
Thank
and
God.
then on top
You
of it,
had a sparring match there.
Okay.
Hey, can I ask the other two callers if they would like to say anything?
Okay.
We got a couple of brothers with me. Would y'all like to chime in since we're right here near the end?
Yeah, we got 314 area code, and we got Los Angeles area code 323.
I'm saying the brothers over here with me. Brother B, any comments on this? We all just listening. We're having a Shabaka party.
Okay.
No, it's all good. All power to the people.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Shabaka?
Hey, man, how you doing, man? Thank you for calling in.
Slow, but I'm sure. You know, I'm just listening. You know.
Okay.
Some of this conversation is interesting. Some of it, you know.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, you know, and we definitely appreciate you calling in, most definitely, you know. So, too, we got 323 in the house, last 3583. Do you have any closing comments?
Sure do.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. I know that voice. Uh-oh, come on with it, 323.
Power to the people.
Power to the people. Is that the MOJ? Black Power.
Black Power, Black Power. Yeah, got a few things that I can chime in on. But
yes,
we want to set up an audio first and foremost concerning Haiti. So
yes, ma'am.
I am a descendant of slaves here in the U.S. way before Haiti became a country. And one of the things that always baffles me is that those who speak so much about the dysfunction of Haiti never speaks about the U.S. politicians who stole from Haiti starting in 1915. And so the gold that's sitting in Citibank is from Haiti. The gold that's in Fort Knox is from Haiti. The gold that's sitting in Boston that financed all these corrupt politicians is from Haiti.
Yes, ma'am.
Secondly, the iridium, which is one of the most precious minerals in the world, Haiti is the second producer of such. And yet,
is that right?
Haiti, absolutely. That's the reason why they want to keep it looking like the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, because the American oligarchs who are eating fat off the land of Haiti has doubled the size of the U.S. And had it not been for Haiti, the Louisiana Purchase was never been. And so I wanted to be very clear on the history of Haiti and why the U.S. was so scared of the slave revolt in 1800 when Haiti won from its oppressors. If anything, we should, as Blacks, as African Americans, should learn from the first free Black republic. Yeah. And so the Haitians that were dumped in Springfield, Ohio. Did we forget about the Blacks in Ohio that also did not get equity against the whites there. Did we forget about that? Yeah. So when they tried to perpetuate 11 million migrants that came through the border, thanks to Sleepy Joe and his vice president, Camel Toe Harris. Nobody said anything about the Colombians, Venezuelans, Ukrainians, and Russians that have been taking over every single African American space. No one said anything about that. But now the 300,000, maybe 400,000 at most, are the amount of Haitians that made it through. And those who didn't, as soon as they landed on the U.S. soil after the 2021 earthquake, they were sent back, or they were deported, or they're in jail right now. 60% of the jails in Florida and New York are filled with innocent Haitians. So if you look at the history of who made up that rumor that they were eating dogs and cats, yeah? Was there any pictures, or did you see nothing but poor Caucasians complaining about, I don't get any benefits, when the blacks in that very same town has been saying that for years and nobody said a damn thing? So I want that to be clear. Black liberation groups, I'm so saddened. I'm so disappointed, because we talk about Black power, we talk about Pan-Africanism, we're talking about raising our fists in the air, but when it comes to defend the first free Black republic, we are silent of the land. We can't even get reparations because we're so disrespectful and damn near uneducated. Yeah? So let's not point the finger of how disillusioned that the media tries to portray, and start educating yourself on why they are so hard on Haiti. As a Haitian myself, we have a different work ethic, and where Haiti's mentality, our spirit, we help everyone. We were part of the Revolutionary War before we were even called Haitians. Again, Haiti was a country in 1804. That doesn't mean that we were not part of the slave trade. My ancestors were part of the slave trade on the good ship Desire. They transported us from the island of Hispaniola. So I want to tell Sarge, before he runs his big fat mouth again on Haiti, to fix the issues here in America, because you have done a lot of talking for many years, and you haven't done one goddamn thing to move the needle for Black liberation on this soil, sir. Please, I ask you respectfully, do not mention another word of Haiti until you go to Hillary Clinton and tell that bitch to run our $1 billion that she took in 2016. Black power.
Black power. I got Brother Joe with me too. If he wanted to speak,
I think it would be a great
gesture.
Hey, Bianchi, can I use my big fat mouth to respond to that?
No. After I play,
go ahead, brother.
You listen up.
Can I use my big fat mouth to respond to that?
No, don't mean it like that. I knew you hit a nerve.
You take a look at the people of Haiti, because what's happened in Haiti with the Clinton Foundation is a disgrace, and you know it. And they know it, and everybody knows it.
I said that too.
When it comes to Haiti, Haiti is the poorest country in our hemisphere. The earthquake and the hurricanes that have devastated Haiti. Bill and I have been involved in trying to help Haiti for many years. The Clinton Foundation raised $30 million to help Haiti after the catastrophic earthquake, all of the terrible problems the people there had. We've done things to help small businesses and agriculture.
Black power. We're running short on time and doing the closing, basically. I think Joe's on the line with me. I got Brother Joe on the line if you want to say anything, if you got a moment. Black power.
Yeah, Black power, brother. All I got to really say, y'all, is arm yourself and quit voting against your interests. A lot of these countries' leaders sold them out. It's not FBA is not Black Americans' fault. Okay, they righteous with their leaders. Sarge, you keep preaching the truth. And the whole Kamala Harris thing, she's 100% Indian. Her father's West Indian, her mother's East Indian. They immigrated to Jamaica, had her. They immigrated here, put her in Canada. She was raised in a $1.5 million house during her middle class childhood. Then during college years, she immigrated here, and became a resident. So all I gotta do is say, stop voting against your interest. We ain't got no ally in this whole little shebang bang. One bird, two wings. But one of the wings is saying he's going to deport the problem. Trinidad, the Venezuelans, and whatever else child soldiers have came over here and have declared war against the urban community and the lower class community. Black power.
Hello, Shabaka. Thank you, sir. Shabaka,
Yeah,
can I do something in response? Look, I'd be happy.
Yes, sir.
I'd be ecstatic to go over the history of the banana wars in the Caribbean, particularly those in Haiti, from 1916 to 1936. I have read the book by General Smedley Butler, a Marine who was intimately involved in suppressing the Haitian revolutionaries. And he said war is a racket. I can tell you chapter and verse about many of the atrocities committed in the name of the United Fruit Company and other United States corporations. I have no problem with discussing that history. In fact, I welcome it, and I would love to do it on this show. But I'm going to say this again. For whatever reason, Haiti is a dysfunctional hellhole. For whatever reason. And it was wrong to, in the dead of the night, take 20,000 people in the space of 4 years and increase the population of that small town by 33% with no assistance from the federal government, no plan to really relocate them and properly assimilate in the population. They use them for their political purposes, and that is human trafficking on the worst scale. It does not excuse the history of the United States, however baleful it may be with regard to Haiti, does not excuse this action by the Biden administration, and it ought to be condemned independently and in and of itself. And we can still have that discussion about Haiti and what the United States did to denigrate that nation. Again, I would be happy to have that discussion with you or anyone else.
All right, Sarge. Okay, okay, Dr. Bay, your rebuttal to Sarge, ma'am.
Yes. So I'm grateful that you're interested in having a conversation, but first fix your own issues with reparations right here on this soil. See, Haiti doesn't need help. Haiti needs an awakening of our Black brothers and sisters from the diaspora. We already showed you how to beat the goddamn oppressors in 1804.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know, in 1805, our Constitution, which
All right, thank y'all for tuning in. Join us in about 90 minutes for Frontline Black News, Season 4, episode 24, Part 3 continuation. In the meantime, make sure you like and subscribe to our platforms. Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook. The Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook. And Shabaka'S Black Experience Enhanced on Facebook and Twitter and X. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separation, and black empowerment. Chain Chroma disappears. Carl State House of Representative candidate on the ballot for District 8, signing out from the mile high income and illegal migrant flooded city in a sundown town known as Aurora, Colorado.
見せてこからせん